Yeah.
And I don't have anything against OnlyFans. Everyone makes the
Right.
money however they want to make it. And if you have the opportunity to make money, why not?
What's up, guys? We're big fans of the NFL here at Inside Fighting, and we've partnered up with DraftKings to bring you guys an incredible offer. DraftKings is an official partner of the NFL, and right now, if you're a new customer, you can bet $5 of your own money, and you get $150 of bonus bets instantly. All you got to do is use promo code INSIDEFIGHTING. If sports betting is not yet available in your state, don't worry. You can still use DraftKings Daily Fantasy Sports to get in on all the action. I do it all the time. But if not, if you're a new customer, bet $5, get $150 in bonus bets instantly. Just use promo code INSIDEFIGHTING.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to 5 Minutes for Fighting. It's your host, Jesse Rowe with Inside Fighting. I'm the MMA casual of Inside Fighting. We have an awesome guest this week. She just broke the women's record for most wins in a calendar year for a female UFC fighter. We've got Loopy Godinez joining me. How are you?
Hello, thanks for inviting me. I'm really good, really happy. How are you doing?
Doing very well. I'm excited to talk to you. You just obviously came off of a win over Tabitha Ritchie. And it was UFC 295, just an incredible event, an incredible energy at the Garden there. Probably when I would argue, me personally, just as a fan, I feel like it might have been like, do you think it was the best card of the year? I think it might have had that, it had that feeling to it,
Yeah, it was a great card. I had a lot of fun, but my favorite one, it was September 16th.
Of course it was. Yeah.
It's gonna be hard to impress me with another car.
Yeah. I'm gonna get to that. Don't worry, because I have some questions about that. But so I guess the next question is, I know I've seen you in a couple of interviews talking about how you feel like a title shot is on the horizon for you. And I guess I'm just curious, like, you're ranked number 11 now. How many more fights do you think it is? Do you think it depends on your opponent? Do you have an opponent in mind? Just sort of give me where your head is at right now with this.
Yeah, to be honest, like whoever is on top of me, like higher than me, I'm happy to fight any of those girls. I do believe 1 or 2 fights, maybe 3, just because I like to be active.
Right.
For that, like I feel like I'm right there. Yeah.
Do you have a name in mind that you think would really that would set you forward? You got anybody that you want to take on next?
Yeah, I mean, doesn't matter, but Birna called me out, so she's great, why
Right.
not? So that will be a great fight.
Yeah. Obviously, Zhang WEILI is champion of the division. So, I always have to ask this question. How do you feel like, because you have to measure yourself against your competition, right? How do you feel like you stack up against Zhang WEILI? And I guess straight up, can you beat the champ?
Yeah, I feel like now that I have made the change to my new team, Lobo Gym, I do believe I can beat her. We have a lot of training partners that can simulate her and even better, her better version of her. We haven't seen her in a Bena competing, but I assume she's training obviously super hard, right? But yeah, I do believe with the team I have now, I can do it.
So fighting at Noche UFC, you mentioned how that was your favorite card of the year, but the UFC has said, and Dana White has said, that he wants to put the next show on for Mexican Independence Day at the Sphere in Las Vegas. Yeah. So I'm assuming I don't even have to ask you that you want to fight on that card, right?
Oh, definitely. I already told him, please, so every year I'm here.
So you're lobbying to Dana White to get on that card?
Sorry?
So you are lobbying to Dana White. You're telling him, like, I want to be on that card.
Oh, yeah. I told my manager, I told the matchmaker, everyone else I want to be on it. So I'm expecting, if I'm healthy and everything, if I can compete, of course I want to do that.
I don't know if you saw this. If you don't want to talk about it, it's totally fine. But the way that women's MMA in particular has grown over the past decade, how it went from being sort of not accepted to where it is now. And I don't know if you saw, did you see Sean Strickland's comments about women's MMA? Did you see that?
No, I don't think so.
He was tweeting. He got into a little bit of a beef with Valentina Shevchenko on Twitter,
Mm.
and he had some comments because he was talking about Paige Van Sant, the fighter who started an OnlyFans, and he said that basically he implied that women's MMA is his exact wording. I'll tell you, it's like watching children fight, but it's fun, but we all know it's trash. You only have a job because you know, this is what he said to Valentina. You only have a job because you know when to pull heels and take your clothes off. How do you react and how do you handle something like that? Like, what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, we're still growing, like
Yeah.
women's MMA is still growing. We're still developing. And I do, obviously there is a lot of male, males out there having this thinking of, women shouldn't be fighting, women should be in the kitchen, or they should just be having babies or whatever it is, right? But doesn't matter because like he's only one guy. Like now we've seen it less, guys like him or guys that are doing those comments are slowly stopping making those comments, are starting to respect women a little bit more, because every time I walk into a new gym or into a gym, like I get so much respect from both ends, women and men. So I do believe it's changing.
Right.
And as I say, of course, right now, it's still so many guys like that, which is fine. Everyone has their own way of thinking, their opinions, and it's totally fine. But sometimes it's better just keep it to yourself.
Yeah. So yeah, what would be your message to Sean Strickland then if he was watching this?
Oh, that it's fine. Just let us do what we're doing, and we're doing our best. We're getting better. We can see over the years how we have been improving. We saw Ronda Rousey how it started, just one dimensional with judo. Then we have Holly. Then now you see more different styles. Now
Right.
you don't see the just wrestler or just jiu-jitsu. Now you're seeing women more complete, and
Right.
now that more kids are training, more teenagers are training, now imagining in 10-15 years from now, like the game is gonna be brutal. I don't want to be around when that happens, because like those kids, that are starting now are gonna be, boys and girls, because
Right.
now if you walk into a gym, you see a lot of teenagers like training super hard, and kids. And I tell you this, in Mexico, there is like, we have females that are 17, 18, 15, 12, that they're dropping other people when they are sparring, and they are only 17 or 18. And of course, they have one or two amateur fights, and they're winning their fights. And
Right.
I don't want, I cannot wait to watch them when they are like 20 or in their prime.
Yeah, absolutely. And the same goes for Strickland and the men too, because saw how the sport was 10 years ago compared to how it is now. It's a completely different sport. And also I wanted to mention I want to kind of come to the defense a little bit, because on the OnlyFans thing, I don't know, did you see the interview with Ailin Perez? She talked
Right.
about she made like $30,000 doing
Yeah.
OnlyFans compared to her fight purse. So it's like, how can you get too mad at her anyway? I mean, seems like she's doing just fine for herself, right?
Yeah, exactly. I don't have an OnlyFans,
Yeah,
and I'm not saying I will never have it, because
right.
at least right now I don't want it.
Yeah,
And I don't have anything against OnlyFans. Everyone makes the
right.
money however they want to make it. And if you have the opportunity to make money, why not? She got a kid, she got to feed the kid.
Right.
Um, maybe I don't want to do OnlyFans. Maybe I want to be a dancer. Maybe I want to do something else. And like, why pick on women, right?
Right. Agreed. And I saw some
Mhm.
some people were also overreacting to her twerking in the octagon too. And it's, you know, just with all the things that people do to celebrate, seems like that's probably one of the least offensive things you could do after winning a fight, right?
Yeah, and like like I dance sometimes in their corner. I don't know how to twerk, to be honest. But
Right.
you know, like sometimes when you win, you know, when you win a fight, you get in this thing in your brain that is not even yourself. It's like, I don't know, something else, like all the excitement and all the adrenaline that makes you do crazy things, you know? And like, and so what? Like, it's just entertainment at the same
Yeah.
time, right? Like, she's dancing and she gets more views in her OnlyFans, right? Like, good for her.
Absolutely. I can't argue with that. All right, we can move on. I guess this would be my final question here. So, you know, you mentioned that the title shot is in your future. You know, we're getting to the end of 2023. Where do we see Loopy Godinez at the end of 2024? Where do you see yourself this time next year?
Yeah, I see myself fighting for the belt or already a champion with the belt.
Let's go. I'm rooting for
Yeah.
it. I hope to see it. Yeah, congratulations on your win. Congrats on all your success. Let's make it maybe we'll see you be champion. You'll get 5 wins next year in 2024.
Thank you. That would be great.